Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Coolest Chels podcast. I hope you're good. I'm with Dante to discuss the match review that we played yesterday. I wanted to do a watch along. Unfortunately, rain ruined my night. But overall, since we won last night. I won't complain. So big up, Dante. How are you?
Yeah, big up to Beggar, big up everyone. Yeah, good, not bad. Happy after another nice win for the boys, especially for the young boys. It was good to see some of the young boys get a go as well. So that was exciting to see again.
100%. And guys, if you're new, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Those are watching X, make sure you come on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe. As I said, always getting closer to 800 subscribers. So make sure, guys, before end of the year, I get 800 subscribers. So let me check the stats and everything so that I can ask Dante about the game and overall thoughts. So this is the stats. Chelsea had 73%. They had 27. I think we dominated 2.07 xg. Total shot was 20. On target was 10. Big chance 5 created and 2 missed. So overall, I think it is a total domination by us. We dominate them, even though they played well. But again, we really dominated them. So Dante, what are your overall thoughts about the game?
Yeah, 100%. We dominated them. They were pretty comfortable to start off with. They didn't start off too bad. They sat in nice shape, defended pretty well. We had a little bit of difficulty at the start, but once we sort of settled in and the half went on, they got a bit more tired and sick of chasing around. Uh, Obviously that helped quite a lot. And Guy's pressure up front forced the errors. So yeah, he had a great game. That's his strength. We know him. He's very good at pressing. He's going to run all day and press. That's his number one strength. And you saw that on full effects against Shamrock. That the two goals he scored was his own doing from his pressing. So yeah, he had a bright game. And yeah, Cucurella played well. Dewsbury Hall didn't do too bad. And Kunku not too bad either. A couple of assists. Everyone else pretty much chipped in. It was a good team effort. The rest, the young boys, they came when they came on. The ones that started did well. The ones that came on did very well as well. So very happy with the performance. And we move in this competition on to the next.
100%. TT, how are you, bro?
Hello, gentlemen. I'm alright in yourselves.
Big up
Yeah, I'm
TT.
good,
Yeah,
thanks.
good.
So,
Yes.
what are your thoughts about last night's game?
Even before the game started, I thought it was going to be an easy win. And sure enough, it wasn't easy in the first few minutes of the game. However, it pretty much ended up being one because the first two goals that they conceded, I thought they were quite poor. But I mean, what? Who are we to not take advantage of that, right? Because we had a similar situation against Tottenham where we were severely punished for the first two goals on the mistakes that we had made, particularly from, obviously from Marco Corelli's mistakes, and they took full advantage. So I thought it was only fair, but everything else, I thought the goals were great. To be honest with you, I mean, the third goal for him was fantastic. I liked it. The header, the way that we played was with quite a lot of authority. I didn't necessarily check the possession stats, but I'm pretty sure we dominated those possession stats. The attempts, I didn't check that either. But pretty much most of the game was just us, basically. I mean, look at that, 73% possession. That's insane. Expected goals 2.07. That is awesome. Total shots. I mean, come on, with 10 shots on target, with 20 shots in total. That's 50%. That's
Yeah.
insane. But yeah, I mean, I honestly enjoyed that game yesterday. I didn't really pay too much attention in the second half, but just watching just the entirety of the first half was just especially from the first goal. and then they conceded. Even I mean, we conceded. They scored the equalizer, and even then, I didn't think it was much of a problem. Yeah, and I mean the boys such as Achampong played very well. By the way, I liked his performance. George could have done more. I didn't necessarily enjoy his entire performance. He was okay. He had some good moments. One player that I was hoping to see, and I did, was Harvey Vale, but I don't know if that was his preferred position, the one that he had played in that game. So, but the young ones played well when they came on, and I guess that's the most important thing. Joao Felix came through also. He showed his class, which is absolutely fantastic. I love watching Joao Felix play football. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with what Enzo Maresca was saying about Cole Palmer and Joao Felix and them being the two players that people come to pay to watch. I would pay good money to watch Joao Felix play football. I'm not gonna lie. He plays such. He's so technically gifted. It's insane. So I love the way that he played. There's quite a lot of performances that I genuinely enjoyed. Marco Curella also. I mean, it's like he never gets tired. It was amazing to watch him play. Renato Vega also, he made just a few misplaced passes, but I mean,
Mhm.
you could forgive him for those. But he also had a pretty solid performance. Christopher Nkunku played well also. I thought that he could have had one or two goals as well, like of his own, but he had some assists, so that's not much of a train smash. Noni, I mean, Noni is pretty much the same for me all the time. I actually like the boy. I like the way that he goes forward, the way that he gets direct. I just like Noni as a player. To be honest, with you. He's like the perfect winger for me. He's one of those that just yeah. No, I like Noni. I really like even when he doesn't play well. I think he does good enough for him to be in my good books. Even when he doesn't play well, I think he plays
You and
good.
Maresca, the Noni fetish.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just something about him. It's because sometimes it works, other times it doesn't, and when it does work, it works. I mean, look at the way that he assisted Marco Corello's goal in the game against Brentford. I thought that was great, but the way that he goes forward, the way that he's so direct when he goes forward, I think it's admirable. I very much like the way that he plays, and his positional play is insane because he's usually stuck on the same position almost all the time. If you make the pass, he'll probably be there to receive it, and I like that about him. The kind of discipline that he has with his positional play, I think, is fantastic. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought it was a great performance. Kasade, I also liked the way that he played. Cesare, I thought that he played well. I mean, he there was a shot that he made outside the box that was so clean. I thought it was gonna go in. It was such a nice
Mm.
shot, but unfortunately, it got saved. But his performance was also quite nice. I wouldn't trust him to play a Premier League game because I mean the midfield position is quite a significant role in the team, and if you can play like that, then yeah, he's on to very good things in his future. But other than that, I really liked yesterday's performance, man. There's not much not to like. So I mean, just looking at those overall stats that we're looking at, it's fantastic stuff.
Yeah, 6 wins out of 6 games on top of the table, which is a long table, by the way. We scored
I don't think
26.
I don't think we've ever done that ever before. Eh?
Yeah,
Winning all of our group stage matches. I don't think we've ever done that ever before, and I think that's great that we managed to do that. I mean, zero
100.
losses, 26 goals, insane. That
We've
is
never
just
been in the conference league either, so
well,
Yeah,
yes, I mean, you could say, yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's great though. Just what's going on right now with the team, I think is fantastic.
yeah, 100%. So, guys, those are watching on X. You can comment, ask anything because I can see a lot of you are watching on X. It's fine. You can comment, ask us any question regarding the game, also about the transfer window because there's some interesting news from Fabrizio Romano, and then I'd like you to ask you about the game. Then we're going to move for the Everton game on Sunday because we need to build a lineup for that game. Seems like other players are not fit. Dante, remember I told you, Buddy Shele won't be back, and Enzo Maresca just confirmed it. So it's going to be a tricky
Yeah, he
lineup.
must have picked. Yeah, he was. I think that definitely changed. Yeah, yeah. That's why Tosin didn't play. As soon as I saw Tosin not playing, I'm like, okay, Barisha must be out
Mm.
for a much longer time. It's not just something little knock. It's much longer because I think otherwise he would have played Tosin. But I'm happy. That's good. I prefer Tosin anyway playing
And
over any of those, so I'm not too bad with that.
yeah, 100%. So, so Dante, before we move on, who was your standout player for yesterday's game?
Yeah, it has to be Gee. I mean, scoring a hat trick in the first half has to be him. He pressed well. The header, it was a good striker's, header. That's what you want to see as well. We haven't really seen that from him in the air like that, so that was good to see that he's got that in his bag as well. So I think he had a great game all around. You know, he's working very hard, and yeah, got him some good spaces. Held the ball up pretty well. Laid it off to some other guys. So I think probably he was the standout, obviously because of the goals. Other than that, I think Achapong played very well again. I think he looked really good. Out of the youngsters, he was definitely the standout. He played very well. Um, Nkunku, yeah, he got those 2 assists, but I'm still not impressed with Nkunku quite. I expect a lot more from him. Let's just put it that way. I expect him to, in games like this, to get on the score sheet at least a couple of goals. He's not really a creator, so I understand. He's not really a 10. So when he plays in that 10, you saw him, he has to drop deep, and then he's not that type of player that will take players on like a Palmer to get past some players. He'll pass it around and then make some runs in the box, but he's not a real creator. There's assist he got. One of them was really good. The other one's just a basic pass, so not really an assist. But yeah, look, I think I expect a little bit more from him. I want to see a bit more. I want to see him really push Nicholas Jackson, and I just haven't seen that yet, to be honest. He's scored a lot of goals. He's accumulated some assists, but his performances are just not. I don't think he's putting any pressure on Nicholas Jackson, to be honest, as a starter, if you know what I mean, as in the number one striker. So I don't think he's doing that enough. So I think definitely him. I want to see some more from. Yeah. Other than that, everyone had a solid game, pretty much, absolutely, pretty much everyone. There wasn't many mistakes. So yeah, everyone's pretty good. I know Nani, you're saying TT was saying that Nani had a really good game. I don't look at it that way. I think he had an okay game. Yeah, he got that assist, but the problem with Nani is every time the ball goes to him, and it does go to him a lot, he breaks the play down and the play stops, or he doesn't do much with it. And yeah, and I think it's a little bit of a problem for me. I don't like that type of football because I think you're just wasting a lot. If you look at the stats, probably 60%, 65 goes to him, and not much comes out of it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, he got the assist. That was a good one. But other than that, not much comes out of it. The play breaks down most of the time. So yeah, I still want to see a lot more from him as well.
TT, anything to add to that?
I mean, look, he's not wrong. He does get the ball a lot, and it's not that they he always makes good with the possession that he has with the ball. But maybe I'm just infatuated by the fact that I like the boy, but over and above, it's just yeah. I mean, I get his point. It's not that every time he gets the ball, it's something magical that happens. I like when Cole Palmer has the ball. I mean, that's a completely different conversation, right? Because when he does get the ball, just you always feel like he's going to do something special. It's not the same with Nani because he does get the ball a lot, and like I said, he's always in free space. So you'll always look for a player that's always in space. But he probably shouldn't start against Everton. I would like to see Neto play against Everton. I think if I'm not mistaken, his suspension is over.
Yeah, he'll play. He should play.
He should play because he didn't play a single minute yesterday against Shamrock, so he should be able to get some minutes.
I was
So
happy to
it's
see Nani start against Shamrock. I'm like,
as because
he's
you
not going
knew,
to play
eh?
against Everton, basically. So that's why. But also, I'm like, okay, this is another chance. Go out there and score a hat trick, or get 3 assists, or do
Mm,
something with Shamrock. Yeah, you're going to dominate. But for me, again, he was too at the first 20 minutes. He was like just taking it easy, walking around, not tracking back a little bit, just not really trying. He looked like he didn't want to be there. Then he picked it up a little bit after that and started playing better. But yeah, I wanted to see more from him too. It's Shamrock, yeah. Show us what you can do. Let's score some goals. And like I said, he did okay. That assist was good, but other than that, everything broke down. That went to him basically. That came back. He wasn't creating. His like final shot wasn't good, and yeah. So I just I want more from him. That's all. I expected a bit more against Shamrock from him.
Yeah, you and Maresca both. I think he once said in a press conference that he genuinely wants more from him. Around the time when he was giving him quite well, it wasn't necessarily a criticism, but most people perceived it as that, and and I mean his reasoning for that was I expect a lot more from him. I don't think he's given me enough,
Yeah, and especially
and
because the plan was always from the start for him to come off at halftime. Yeah, so
yeah.
I expect if that's the plan already, go 100%, 110% for that
mm.
first half. But he didn't. It took him quite a while to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
but anyway,
But
no,
in
sorry.
terms of, go ahead.
Sorry,
No, no,
TT.
no, no. I just felt like I just got into somebody else's while they were talking. My apologies.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask something in terms of Nkunku. It seems like Nkunku yesterday was playing like they told him, don't get injured, just play for the sake of playing. He was too soft. He was too formal. Did nothing wrong. Did nothing right. Just play for the sake of playing. So we need more from him. Hopefully, he can add more goals into his game. So
Yeah, and that is like I said, it's a little bit worrying, and let's just hope his mind is not somewhere else because he kind of looks that way, like his mind somewhere else. So we'll see what happens in January, but I wouldn't be surprised if his mind is somewhere else already.
yeah, I agree with you, bro. Okay, let me read this news from Fabrizio Romano on YouTube. It says the idea is for Kani and Ben Chilwell to leave Chelsea in January. We will also see what happens with loans for players like Maguhi. Let's see if they want to stay or go on loan. The situation will be assessed with Enzo Maresca. So, Titi, what is your thoughts about this? Are you happy about Kani leaving? I know Ben Chilwell is the obvious one. We said it before that Ben Chilwell won't be Enzo Maresca's type of player. So that situation is closed. That chapter is closed. In terms of Kani leaving for a permanent move, are you happy about it?
I mean, it's not gonna make a difference, right? To be honest with you, it's not, whether he stays or he leaves, it won't make much of a difference. But I always thought he was a massive talent, but I don't think he has that in him to be. Again, the midfield role is very pivotal to any team, and if you don't have it in you, you probably won't get any game time. And the fact that they're picking Kashade over him, even in conference league football, it says a lot, right? It just says a lot about his work rate. I don't think he works nearly as hard as the other guys do, even though he is a talented boy. And I like the way that he plays well. I mean, I remember that goal that he scored against West Ham. I think it was West Ham last season, which was a great goal because it just showed his ability, right? His range of what he could potentially do. He's technically good, but I don't think he's that good. I mean, he could, if he leaves and he leaves on loan and he has a great loan spell, then he may come back and potentially have some game time. But we have some really strong competition at midfield. Looking at players like Dewsbury Hall, for instance. He was brought in to, well, because he knew, I'm guessing it's because he was Maresca's best player at Leicester, and he knew Maresca's system better than anyone. Maybe that's why he was brought in. But even then, he's still not the favorite right now. He may be selected for Conference League football, but that's just about it. He's not the favorite. He's like maybe like fourth favorite right now, because you have your Caicedo, Lavia, and Fernandez in that midfield role. So it wouldn't make much of a difference whether he leaves or he stays. To be honest with you, I think it's just he's probably feeling the he wants to play, and I'm guessing everybody wants to play, but with him specifically, he, because of how big of a talent he really, I think he is. He probably is disappointed he's not getting as much play, as much game time as he potentially could have liked. I mean, he's played a few games. I think 2 or 3 games so far this season, if I'm not mistaken. And the first game that he played, he completely botched it. I think he played like 15 minutes or something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was in the
Conference League game.
was it in the Conference League. He just didn't. He did nothing. He just came on and he did nothing the whole time that he was in the game. That was his opportunity, and he completely botched it. He did absolutely nothing. Everything he did was lose the ball every time he had it. And you look at something like that, cameo like that, you cannot possibly give someone like that an opportunity to play 90 minutes or expect him to run the midfield. I don't think he's capable of doing that, especially in Maresca's system. So it's either he goes on leave or he just leaves altogether. Either way, I don't think it'll make a difference.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are looking for a permanent move, but again, in January might be tricky for him to go on a permanent sale. Hopefully, a loan he goes there and ball out so that we can get what we always wanted from him, 40 million or 45, which I don't think most clubs will pay for it, especially the Italian clubs. So we'll wait and see. So Dante, what are your thoughts about kind of situation? Also, Ben Chilwell, like you said, Ben, I don't want to worry about Ben. It's over for him.
Don't worry about Ben. He's chilling. Don't worry about him. Um, he's got a good salary. He's chilling. He's good. Um, yeah. Look, Carney. Just go to Carney first. Yeah, he's gonna leave. If the right offer comes in, they'll sell him. Not 45 million. No, I think even if you get 25 million, he's gone. They're not selling him for 45. No one's buying him for that much. He's just hasn't done enough. Even when he played with us, he had 2 games in a row where he did really well, and then he got injured. Then he came back after 2 games or 3 games in a row where he did well, he got injured again. So what have we really seen from Kani? Nothing over a sustained period of time. So, and obviously Mariska doesn't really rate him as much. There's not much room for him where he plays because he would be playing in that 10 position and there's just no room for him. So yeah, it doesn't really fit in the system otherwise too well in any other position. So yeah, he'll be gone if we get the right offer. I think anything over 20 mil, 25 mil, I think he's gone. But most likely no one's going to pay that because even he's got pretty good salary. I mean, for his age and like I said, what he's done is quite a little bit of a salary. So yeah, he'll probably go on loan, which is fine. He's just got to go like we were saying last time. Go on loan to not a big club. Go to where you're going to be a starter and you get the guarantee that you're going to start every game. Doesn't matter if it's a lower league team. Go there and play every single game. Show that you can do it week in, week out. And then maybe that'll help you a lot. And obviously that'll help Chelsea a lot as well. So, yeah, that's what he needs to do. Chilwell, yeah, just keep chilling. They'll try to move him again, if the right offer comes in, they'll move him because he's big salary. But I don't see anyone with his big salary coming in for him. So he might have to go on loan again. To go on loan. That's it. Even with the loan, we still might have to pay some of his salary, to be honest. I don't think there'll be too many teams paying him his full salary. Only some of the bigger teams, whether the bigger teams want him, I don't see that happening. So, yeah, unless maybe Man United or someone like that, they need a left back, maybe. In Amarim's, he'll actually fit well as a left wing back because that's why he plays with wing backs. So he's actually fit there pretty well now as a wing back. So, that might be an option for him. But yeah, he's definitely not in the plans. And yeah, Mark Gee there as well. Mark Gee, look, he's going to get plenty of game time. And Mariska said he wants him to stay. Him and some of the young players like Achapong and George and Gee, he wants them to stay so they can experience everything, get the hang of it, learn the system even better, the players, and just all the travel, everything being a professional basically, because we're going to have a long season and, to be around the team basically to learn every day in training so they can improve them in training and, actually specific training regimes for them if they stay. So, yeah, I think they'll stay. Like you said, it's up to the players if they really, really want to go. Well, then he probably won't stand in the way of the club. If they really want to go and play every week. But again, I don't see Magui going too many places and playing every week either. As an 18-year-old, no. I mean, he did well yesterday, but before that, he wasn't quite that impressive. So he can stay. We've got plenty of conference games to play, FA Cup early rounds, so there'll be plenty of game time to go around. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Either way, it's good for us. He goes on loan or he stays. Either way, it's good for those players.
No, personally, I don't want Maguhi to go alone, especially after last night's performance. I don't want to overhype it, but you can see the boy is improving. And also, in terms of pressing, 100% Enzo Marasa type of player. This guy is a pressing machine. It reminds me of Kanagalaga.
Well, at the moment, if you look at it, you'd probably play Magui over Nkunku in that striker role if you had to.
Yes, 100%.
So that's a bit damning on Nkunku, unfortunately. But he just doesn't offer that part of the game that Mariska loves, which is that pressing from the front, like Jackson does. So I think he's going to stay, and I think you might later on there might be a couple of surprises in him getting some game time in the Premier League. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So, guys, those are watching X. Make sure you go to YouTube and hit the like button and subscribe because there are few people watching on YouTube. So, anyway, let's go to another one, interesting one. But I saw it is coming. But after watching Fabrizio Romano's comment about this one, I was like, what? No, not this one. Yeah, this one. The Italian boy. I call him the Italian job. Casade. Casade will leave Chelsea in January with Italian clubs interested, possible loan or permanent deal with a buyback based on condition. So, Titi, what's your thoughts about Casade potential leaving in January? Because on loan, I'm sure for cash he'll go on loan, but permanently, I didn't see that coming. So, what are your thoughts about it?
I'm not sure that's true
From first,
for him to move permanently. I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe on loan, because I genuinely do think that Maresca favors him. Uh, but I don't see him leaving permanently. I see a loan move for sure, and I'm not that mad that he is moving. I just don't know what kind of impact it will have, especially with the two competitions that we're playing Team A and Team B into, because he definitely belongs in Team B. It's of in exclamation, not inverted commas. Because when you think about it, he's playing some really good football for me anyway. He's playing quite well. He's young. He got a red card and I think two games prior to yesterday's game. It goes to show his immaturity rather, but I think he's also one of those players that are incredibly talented. But as to whether or not it's going to be a permanent move, I don't know. Uh, I kind of like him. I Again, because of the amount of competition there is in the midfield position. I'm not sure if just moving him over permanently would be a great idea, given the fact that we still have the conference league to play. So if he does leave, then yeah, maybe they're gonna bring someone else in, or Kani might stay. I don't know honestly. I don't have a calculated opinion around this, except for the fact that if he does want to leave, then perhaps it's for his it's for his benefit. But maybe he wants to play every possible game and be as influential as possible. I mean, he's also still very young, so there's still a lot of time for him. But if him moving is entirely up to him, then for sure. I mean, I'll definitely be happy for him. But I don't know. I don't see it being a permanent move. However, if it is, then more power to him.
Yeah, big up to Myron the chat. Says big up legend of the Chelsea, and also says Casada should go on loan. 100%. I think it's going on loan. I remember this other journalist said it that the loan move will be finalized in January, and people are sleeping on this journalist, Nico Scherer. I think he's one of the good journalists. People are sleeping on him. He said that Casade will go on loan in January. Monza are one of the top clubs that are monitoring him. So let's wait and see. Dante, what are your thoughts about this, bro?
Yeah, big up Maya. Yeah, it should definitely go because there is some game time. So the Conference League, we're not going to play for quite a while in the Conference League again. So there's not going to be that much game time. I think we're 2 months. I think 2 months away. It's the Conference League restarts again or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be quite a while. And yeah, I think, like you said, those journalists and Fabrizio Romano, obviously they're good journalists. I think the boy probably wants to go back to Italy to play more. I don't see being it says they're a permanent deal, but with a buyback based on conditions.
Mm.
Could be something like that. It just gets him off the books and gives us some more profit. Sorry, not profit, but like to make the money back, and then we can spend that money. That's the only way I can see that happening is if we need that money and we've got plans to spend it on someone in January, then obviously that would help it. So that's the only reason that's probably would be like that. But most likely it'll be a loan. And as we know, the Italian clubs, they're not going to pay nothing. So there's no point negotiating with the Italian clubs. They're going to pay peanuts for him. So yeah, look, but he should definitely go. Try it again. One of those to go somewhere. Monza will be good because then he'll play nearly every week there. At a club like that, don't go to any bigger club. Go to clubs like that, smaller clubs where you know you're going to play a lot and at least develop. And he can go play in his position. I don't think he's good enough to play in the Premier League or anywhere like that. I think he's too slow. He hasn't really. He's not a DM, but he's not a DM. He's been playing in DM in the Conference League because we need him there. There's no one else there, and that's where we can fit him in. He's done okay last game, but the couple of games before that, he wasn't really good in the DM, in my opinion. I think he gave away quite a lot of chances for the opposition. So, yeah, I'm not blaming him too much. Mostly just put him in there to develop and try a new position and develop and learn in there as well. So I think that's what it's all about with him. So I don't mind it too much, but I think he should definitely go and play like a Monza where he can play nearly pretty much every week and probably play in his more preferred position, which is a bit more up the pitch. Again, another one of those players that's more suited to an attacking 8/10. That's what he's always kind of played, and for Italy as well. And makes runs in the boxes, gets the headers. He's got a lot of goal in the youth because he's got a big guy too. So he's always makes runs in the boxes, playing in that 8 for Italy and scoring a lot of goals. But that's at the youth level. It's a bit different when you're such a big boy like he is at the youth level. It helps, but not at the big boy level, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't think he's got it for the Premier League. I don't think he would play at all in the Premier League. And yeah, I think he should definitely go out on loan.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I
Interesting comment.
wouldn't be surprised to see him actually not ever come back. To be honest, I don't think he might not come back. If he goes
Yeah,
to Italy, I don't see him coming back. To be honest.
yeah, I agree with you. I think that the player that is guaranteed to come back next season is Andre Santos. The way he's performing, no way Chelsea will give him an opportunity next season. This guy is playing so well for
It
like at the
depends.
moment.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Depends on injuries and how everyone is. And Yeah, he's playing for Strasbourg, is doing amazing, but I think the next step even for him, like we were saying, if he comes back, he's not going to play that much again because he's not going to play over. Do you see him playing over Lavia, Enzo, Casado? I don't know. So we're not going to have the Conference League next year. There's a chance, but I doubt it very much. We're going to be in Conference Europa, little chance, but most likely be Champions League. So that's completely different. So again, he won't have that much, opportunity to play. I wouldn't mind Santos actually if we've got those players all fit, healthy, and say Ugochukwu or someone comes back. I'm okay with that midfield. I think Santos would be wasted if he comes back. I would like to see him go on another loan if he needs to, but to a bigger club, yeah, to actually play in a good team, to see how he plays really with really good players, not like a Strasbourg. They're very young. He's basically the best player there at the. Would you say he's probably the best player, probably player of the season? He is.
For
So
Strasbourg, yes.
yes, for Strasbourg, yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing him at a big club and see how he goes under that pressure and with really good players and a really good system. See how he goes and plays there. I wouldn't mind him for a short loan, but I don't mind him back either. Obviously, it just depends. Like I said, on now what players we have available. If there's any major injuries or anything like that.
Yeah, him and Moreira are doing very well at Strasbourg. Even Petrovic is not that bad, but again, I don't think Petrovic got a place again at Chelsea. We'll never know. We'll wait and see, but I don't think so. We'll sell him in the future.
Yeah, because he's not very good with his feet, so
Yeah,
he's not really a passer. He can do it, but not under pressure, that's for sure. So yeah, I think he's down the pecking order. Even though he's a good goalkeeper, he could come back and be as a backup. I think that could be very much possible, but I just don't see him doing that. I think the club will probably cash in and make a big profit on him, and yeah, especially with Mike Penders that we bought Mike Penders as well. So I don't see that happening. I think Petrovic is going to be sold for to make quite a big profit on him.
yeah. Actually, I like Mike Pandas. I'm curious that next season you'll get a chance. Hopefully, you'll get a chance. I like that kid. I watch
He's a
his
big guy. That guy. He's a
yeah.
massive. His
He's
age.
a tall and he's so good with his feet. Oh my gosh. I was like,
He's not
no
bad for a
way.
big guy. I was surprised too. Yeah, he's
That,
not too bad for a big guy. The only problem is with him is only 18 and he's still growing. And how big is this guy gonna get? Oh my goodness, he's so big already. how heavy is he gonna get? How big is he getting? So yeah, look, I think he's 6'6", 6'7" already, 6'7", something
yeah,
like
six
that,
foot
or six
seven.
eight. Yeah, so and he's still 18 only. So yeah, he's still got to grow to like 21. So yeah, that's an interesting to see how big he's gonna get.
Yeah, 100%. We have Chelsea sessions, such great things. I didn't get to watch the match. It doesn't matter, dude. Yeah, the meta part we won last night, and then
Big up,
see,
Ty. Yeah, I didn't watch it live either. I went to sleep and I fell asleep, and I'm like, I'm like, we're gonna win. I'm not waking up. We're gonna win easily. I'm just gonna sleep. So I'm like, yeah, that's it.
yeah, we got the latest news from Simon Jensen, which I saw this coming after the Joshua Champion situation. Since Chelsea have also now made it their policy that all first team and academy players age 18 upwards who have under 2 years left on their contract must come to an agreement with the club on future or phase being sold. So, Titi, what are your thoughts about it? Titi?
Sorry, I was a little occupied here with my little one. What were you saying? What's the question?
Okay, can you read there on the screen?
Yeah, Chelsea have also now made
TT,
it their
stop being like
policy that the
Madueke,
first
please.
team and I can't help myself. All right, hold on. Let me read. Let me read what's on there. Chelsea have also now made it a policy that all first team and academy players aged 18 upwards who have under 2 years left on their contract must come to an agreement with the club on their future or face being sold. that is interesting. I mean, why would anyone want to stay on a 2 year contract and not want to extend when when you want to play for the club? To me, it's a no brainer, to be honest with you. But I could see how that could be controversial for some because they don't want to commit to a club with such a long contract. I mean, it would make sense for some, that is. But if you're a youngster, I mean, might as well just commit. Might as well just commit. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, I don't think it means much I don't think it's much of an issue for the young ones, but for players, much like the most experienced ones, much like your, I mean, who's the most experienced? Like Ben Chilwell, who's not even playing right now. There's no reason for him to sign an extension of his contract because he's most likely on the door, like facing the door anyway, because he's being kicked out. But for the young ones, to me, is a no brainer. Just go ahead and sign the contract. I mean, make it 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. Sign the contract and then perform as well as you possibly could, and then make yourself look, or make yourself available if you need to. If you want to get sold, even though you are stuck within a contract, make yourself worthy of the price that will be asked of you. Should maybe you want to leave, but other than that, I mean, I don't see how that much of a problem. I don't see it being an issue, in my opinion. I think it's okay, especially for the young ones. I mean, 18 years and older. If you don't sign a 5 year contract, or why are you here? You're young. You should be able to sign that contract. And then obviously, if you need a salary increase or wage increase or whatever, then you can always negotiate that. But that could be in your contract, in the clause of your contract, if on the initial signing of the initial contract. So I don't think it's much of an issue for me. It's a no brainer, especially because our squad is so young.
Dante, what you
Anyway, yeah,
felt
that's my
about
two.
this? Okay, okay, no problem, bro. Dante?
Yeah, look, it's basically taking the power away from the player. Usually it's 1 year, but Chelsea, is saying, look, we're not going to let that happen. We're doing it at 2 years, and they basically want to take that power away from the player, not to hold the club a bit ransom. So now they're pretty much in charge and in control of the finances and of the player. And if the player is not happy and wants to leave, well, we're still in control. Basically, it's not like before. Usually, most teams, like I said, 1 year, and there's 1 year left, and then the player can run it down a little bit, and then all of a sudden, the club's in trouble. And we've saw that in the past. We've lost so many players because of that. But yeah, unfortunately, Clear Lake is a very smart business organization. They've looked at it and they said, this is the way to do it. We're going to be in control. And yeah, we want players that want to be here. And basically, you have to commit and show that you want to be here. So otherwise, if you don't, well, we can move you on, no problem. We'll assist you and work with you and find your club, like we saw in the summer, what they did with many players, and no problem. But you'll have 2 years left in your contract, so that puts us in a strong position for negotiations. So it's all about business, and I'm okay with it. I have no problem with it. Is it gonna affect some players? Probably not, but there might be here and there, one or two. But hey, it is what it is. They're going a bit hard on it. They want to make an example and say, look, this is why, and yeah, we want players that want to be here. So if you don't, well, then we can move you on. But yeah, we want to have the upper hand in that.
100%. We have Bobby. Welcome, Bobby. How are you?
Yeah, big up, guys. Tobago, Dante, and I don't know who the third person is.
Madueke.
TT.
Big up, Bobby.
How's it, Bobby?
What's the topic? Because I'm just joining. I'm just hearing.
Okay, firstly, we talked about last night's game. Then we are currently talking about the situation of Chelsea, that if a player over 18 years old doesn't sign a new contract, when 2 years contract are left, on this 2 years are left, so they will sell him permanently. So what are your thoughts about it?
You mean over 18 or under 18?
Over 18. Let me
Over 18,
check.
yeah.
Basically, any player, doesn't matter who it is.
So if you've got 2 years left on your contract, if you don't sign a extension, they will do what? Sell you. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
you'll be based. What they're trying to say, Bobby, they're gonna try move you on. You don't want to be here, they'll move you on. But they've got that 2 years, to actually negotiate and look for a club and still get a good price for the player. They don't want to basically to run down to 1 year, the traditional 1 year, and then run down to 6 months, etc. Where then the player has all that power, basically. Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah,
well, fair enough. I mean, there will always be exceptions to a rule, but I guess it makes sense. They are a business, as everybody keeps saying. They are very financially astute. They are also trying to protect their assets and protect themselves should there be a need to relinquish their assets. So it's just business, really. I'm not. I don't really care to say much more about it. It is what it is. It really is what it is. Um, was that the only topic we had? What else did we have? I can't. I thought I heard you guys talking about something else.
Okay, about Kani Chukwemeka leaving in January,
Oh, right.
also
Right.
Kasade leaving in January.
Yeah, I hear there are loans lined up. Um, Certainly for Cassidy. Carney may be a loan if they can't sell him. Yet again, that's another one. Fair enough. I like Carney. I don't spill any beans about that. But Maresca's the manager. He knows what he wants. So far, he hasn't given us a reason not to um, trust him. And yeah, it's we just wait and see what happens. I think if he departs and Cassidy leaves, whether on loan or a sale, that kind of movement will indicate certain incomings. I think it's time, especially KDH. I think he will probably go. I think it's time we gave some serious thought to what's going on with Lavia. If he's not available for this Everton game, despite having this level of rest time, we need to have a plan B, and a plan B may be the return of Andre Santos, or the return of Leslie
Leslie,
Ugochukwu. Now they are not of the same level, but they're people that we can slot in there because the midfield availability is very thin. Another position that definitely, we've got Josh Achimpong locked down, but I think we could all see yesterday that Josh is a kid. He's barely 18 years old. He is developing. You can see that. As good as he is, he's a developing player, most definitely. So I can see that centre back that everybody's craving becoming a matter of priority. I noticed how he pulled off Desassi at halftime in the game on Thursday against Shamrock Rovers. I think that could be indicative of certain things. I think he's probably going to be the right back, and with um, what's his name? Oh
Gusto.
gosh, Gusto going to the left. Um, As a right back, I don't really like it because they'll target him because of his lack of pace. But he might have Josh, despite playing 90 minutes, they might have Josh on the bench to come on at some point if needed. So it's a little bit of a makeshift situation. And you know, all these injuries, especially when we are having the opportunity for them to not get injured, I think a word is enough for the wise. They have to mitigate that sort of thing. They really do. Um, uh, what else? What else have we got? What else we got? Is that all the questions we've got for your Salvo? I joined late, and when I joined, I only heard Dante talking about this sort of thing. He was saying something like about the 2-year contract thing. So anything else? I don't know what else has been said.
It's all right, Tobago. We'll move on to the next topic now, Bobby.
Okay.
Okay, my next topic. I think we need to talk about the Everton game. We have a centre backs injuries now, so we don't know which players will play. So let's just build a lineup because I'm confused. I don't want Desase to play against Everton as much as I like him. I don't think he's good enough to start against Everton. Those players will run at us, and then, man, I don't want us to do that. So let's build a lineup and then.
If I can throw out my lineup, if you want me to do that, I'm very happy to do that because in view of what's happening, I think the lineup is, you know, people like uh, Renato Vega, who I had actually hoped would be the left back, to be honest. But having played 90 minutes, although it doesn't mean to say he won't still participate against Everton, because he was a defender. And, you know, did he do much running? I don't think so, but he'll be on the bench. He has to be. I think he's going to go Sanchez, goalkeeper, right back, Desasi, centre back pairing will be Colwill and Tussin. He doesn't even have any choice now. Left back will be Gusto. Um, the midfield two will have to be Enzo and Caicedo in the absence of uh, what's his name, Lavia. He would have gone for a midfield three, and that disturbs me because Everton are very strong. They're very tough in midfield. Decore, all those guys. You know, we really could have done with Lavia at the very least. But he's going to keep himself weak. He's going to have an inverter. I don't like that in this game, really. I think we're looking a little bit weak again. The attack, well, we'll have sort of number 10-ish, 8-ish person will definitely be Cole Palmer. On the right will be Neto. Going through the middle will be Jackson. The left will be interesting. Sancho, perhaps? Sancho and Gusto on the left side smacks of physical weakness to me. And with the midfield being what it is, I'm concerned that we could be outmuscled at Goodison. I'm really concerned. I don't see anybody there that's going to be the tough guy that we needed in the absence of Lavia. I think it's flaky on that flank. Desassi physically is okay on the right, but speed-wise, he's lacking. The centre backs, who knows what kind of day they're going to have. I'm concerned. I'm concerned with the squad, and the squad that everybody was saying is so big and so full of depth. Now we're beginning to see how hollow it is. It worries me, and you know he doesn't. He's certainly not going to use Casaday, who his physicality could be needed. But the trouble is with the experience of the Everton midfield. I don't know if he's able to hold his own. This is a concern. I think the squad is a concern against Everton. I have to say, it doesn't look as strong as we normally do.
So anything to add, TT or Dante? I just want to let the Bobby's line up and show it on board right now.
Yeah, look, I'm not that worried about Everton, to be honest. Yeah, they've got a couple more physical players, but we've already played against some physical teams and didn't do too bad. So
Yeah, we
I'm
played
not
with a
worried.
better squad though, Dante. Our squad now is weakened.
Not really. We still got a very strong starting 11, Bobby. We should have no problem with Everton with that starting 11. And I know you said Lavia, but Mariska said there's a good chance he probably will, but maybe not start. But he'll definitely most likely be on the bench, from what he said. So yeah, we'll have to see and wait. But it doesn't really matter. I don't think he would have gone for that midfield anyway, because he's not going to go defensive against Everton. I can tell you that now. He's not going to play defensive system against Everton. He's going to go attacking, and he's going to be on them. And Everton don't have possession. They don't have any possession at all, hardly. Like when they played Arsenal and who was the other that recently played? Arsenal had like 73% possession against them.
Wow.
They don't have. Everton's going to sit back, low block, blah blah, sit back, defend, try to catch on the counter. Not much possession, and yeah, normally I would be worried about something like that. But like I said last time against Brentford, we kind of ticked that box. We did very well against that. So I think we have those players to break that down. And yeah, I think he's going to go quite aggressive at Everton. I think he'll be most likely at three at the back, definitely. Don't be surprised if it's three at the back and one defensive midfield like Caicedo only, and everyone else forward. So yeah, I think he'll be very attacking, to be honest. So they will be pinned back Everton 100%. They're not going to have much of the possession. And if we're going to do that, yeah, I think we have enough defenders and midfielders and attacking players for that, no problem.
Yeah, Myra says Everton will be a challenge, and also says, yeah, especially the midfielder. We had total control with Lavia. I'm sure Enzo Caicedo will handle the midfield 100%. And then in terms of the lineup, you know what I will do, guys? I don't know if this Enzo Maresca will do this. Let me do this.
He will. He will do that
I
against
want to
Everton.
do.
He will,
I
because
want to do
they'll
this.
have no possession.
Yes, this is Sancho here. This one that's I want us to do against Everton, so that we can score early goal. Then in the second half, we might be a little bit defensive. So, what are your thoughts about maybe playing this way? Don't Enzo Fernandez should not go there. I know sometimes they like to go there, but again, play like this. Don't you think will work, Bobby?
You're saying a centre back, a back three, and you put two in midfield and a forward attack of four players.
Yeah, the
I
same.
mean,
3-2-4-1.
I can see your point, but Everton, who've they got? They've got, who are their left and right backs? Haven't they got that ex-Man United guy?
They got Ashley Young, 37-year-old Ashley Young.
Yeah, okay. Does he still have? Well, he still has a little bit of pace.
Yeah,
On the left, who've they got?
Mayolenko, they usually play him when they play the better teams.
Okay.
Nothing special at all, really, to be honest. Yeah, Branthwaite and Tarkowski, two big tough centre backs, but no speed, not much speed, not that fast at all.
Well, I get why you're saying that. You know, I admire your confidence. I tend to err on the side of caution, and then
So, Bobby, you would
hit
play
it.
Lavia and Caicedo as the two defensive midfielders in this game?
I would have done, yeah, because you see, they're quite flexible. They will be offensive and they will lock it down at the back. My thinking, I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying my thinking is, look, this is an away game. I don't underestimate anyone in the Premier League. I don't look at your past form. I don't look at your present form. I even don't look at your team because I think everybody should be taken with utmost seriousness. I would have a defensive option and then hit them later when they are tired. We're sure exactly what they're doing, and we have enough to utilize our attacking prowess. Problem with that is that you reduce the time that you would have to be able to do all of this. I don't know. If I saw Maresca start like that, I wouldn't object. I wouldn't be concerned in my mind because I know this is somebody that does his homework. But I will say it's rather brave. And if it works, well, testament to him and indeed to you guys for going that way. I like offensive football, but what I don't want for Chelsea is cavalier football while I'm still learning what they're all about. But if they can deal with it and they can sort these people out that way, well, good on you. That's a good call.
Well, Bobby, we're just going by what we've seen him do in previous games, and this is what he's done against the lesser opposition for a while now against lesser opposition. He's gone to this. He's gone very attacking. Doesn't matter, home or away, doesn't matter.
And you don't think Sean Dyche knows this? Because Sean Dyche is another wily old fox, isn't he? I'm just saying, I'm not
Yeah, of
saying
course he
you're wrong.
knows. Of course he'll know, but what's he going to do about it?
Okay, fair enough.
He's
Fair
going to sit
enough.
deep, defend, and try not to concede, and try to catch us on the counter with 30% possession max. So then it's
This
just
is what
about
we
us.
did against Brentford. And look
Against
at how
Brentford, exactly right.
we did
Yeah.
this.
We
Okay,
actually
I
had a
mean-
3-1, 5-1. We had 5 attacking basically 2 wingers and 3 attacking midfielders.
Okay, I mean it's interesting. I don't really have a negative opinion on it, to be honest. I'm like, okay, if that's how you think it is, I'll go with that. It's not my immediate instinct, but maybe I'm a bit too cautious. Maybe I have been traumatized by our past couple of seasons, and
I
I'm
think so,
still on
yeah.
the careful point of view, which is fine. Well,
You've
I'm
got that,
only
Bob. You've got coaches. He's coaches.
Charity
What's it called?
FC.
Saying charity. Yeah, charity FC.
no.
Every single
I
game. So
never go. I will never go that far.
Yeah.
But I never say stuff like that. But I will say that I am cautious. I'm always cautious because I think we're still learning about this team. I really do. But it's all good. It's all good. It makes sense.
Yeah, you know what, Bobby? To be honest, I rather have us playing this lineup than being defensively, because if we pin them at the start, we scored 2 goals in the first half. Maybe in the second half we might be more defensively. So we need to make sure that we don't give them a time to sniff or do anything. Just like the way we did against Brentford. Brentford, we did the same thing until maybe the 70 something minute. That's where maybe they started to pick up a form and everything. But again, we played extremely well. So hopefully we did that against Everton. But again, it's away. But I don't care, it's away or home. We need to win this game. We've been struggling against Everton for years now. So we need to rectify that, especially after winning against Brentford, which I think was the most difficult game than this one. So Myra says here he will go for back 3 and 2 DMs. And then Ty says that I hate that 2-6 against Everton. Nah. Ty says I'm very concerned.
Why look
My,
at it as 2 6s instead of 2 8s? Why do we always go glass half empty rather than half full? I'm looking at that as 2 8s because Enzo has been instructed
he'll have a
to
free
go
roll. Yeah.
forward and get in the box.
He'll
And
have a
he's
free
been
roll. He'll drop sometimes back. He'll
exactly
go up
so.
forward, but Caicedo won't. Caicedo will be the DM.
So yeah, I'm not buying that 2 6s thing. There will be if we need it to be, but I think if he's going to play like that, his initiative is attack, and Enzo will definitely be going forward. If you think they don't have the pace to hit you on the break, then you can do that. Trouble is, the midfielders are they. Well, that's why they've got Gusto to invert because he's got some pace. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see. I mean, there's still very good players. I'm just thinking of who's going to come off the bench because the bench doesn't look like it's going to be that strong. But we'll see. We'll see. Not bad. It's still a good team. At least the first 11 is interesting.
Well, you'll have Disasi off the bench if you need an extra defender. Achapong, you'll have him as well there if he needs to come on at the end a little bit.
Yeah, guys, there also.
Viega's going to be there
I,
who can
I
go
think
into that
Desasi
midfield
starts.
role if needed. So, like he was saying, if we're up 2-0, 3-0, 2-3-1, second half, there's 20 minutes to go. Well, then you can probably take off Enzo. You bring Vega on and you put him in the defensive midfield role, and you're much more solid defensive for set pieces as well, and you're basically just seeing the game out. So there is options for both attacking and if you want to go more defensive in the second half.
So Bobby believes Disasi was that. Very interesting. I wouldn't
I feel like
mind,
it
but
could be an option because,
You
like you
know
said,
what?
Gusto
If I
has
could,
played on the left before when we had some trouble with no
if
left backs playing. So yeah, he could do that. It's a possibility.
I think for a game like this, if the pace is not high, Desasi is not as bad a player as people like to make out that he is.
If he's
I
not
think
under
he's
pressure, he's
solid.
fine.
Yeah, he's solid. He's good in the air. He's a threat from set pieces. Everton have their big tough guys, and he's going to be amongst them. And he will always exploit a lapse in defense. You got him. You got Tosin. You got Colwell. You got some guys there to sort these people out. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm expecting him to be amongst the defenders. To be honest, I'm expecting him to be amongst the starting um, defensive lineup. Um, even if it's a back three, you're saying that the left back will be um, uh,
Levi,
Levi, center Tosin, and the right back. You're saying Gusto.
right
No.
centre back. No, right back would be Disasi, like you said. Gusto will be
Yeah.
left back, but inverting into midfield.
Oh, so you do have him starting. So I think he's
No,
going
he
to
just
start.
changed it for you to show you on the screen. I don't know if you can see it
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah, I can't see it very well because I'm using my phone, but yeah, that makes sense to me. I think that's quite as solid as we can be, especially if we're not playing against a team with tremendous pace like Arsenal or fast breakers like Brentford had.
They're not that
Even
quick, Everton. No, they're not that quick.
yeah, even Spurs, they were quite pacey. So if going forward, so. Yeah. That centre back three is fine with Vega on the bench to come on, and young Josh Ashimpong. I think that's covered. The midfield remains a concern to me, but Vega could come in at least defensively. Yeah.
KDH, don't be KDH, Bobby.
Oh please. I just don't. I don't even go there. He might put him on the bench, really, just to make him happy, but that shouldn't be how he does things. But yeah. I mean, look, we've got a good chance. If we go and play like we can, they could have some problems. Everton, they're really
Because
good.
forward, as you see there, Bobby, we still got Felix can be on the bench. You got Nkunku is on the bench, so you've got attacking options already. There's no concern for the forward part of the half, like the forwards.
Ty says we need two defensive
So,
solid middle.
sorry to beg. I just want to add one thing. I would like to see Felix come on at some point in this game.
Yeah,
I'm beginning to see that, the less you play Felix, the more he starts missing chances. You know, Felix is someone that needs to be really warmed up to put his chances away. All this
He's done that all his
kicking.
career, Bobby. Though that's nothing new.
I know, but you know, I'm hoping that since we've made ourselves his home, he starts to fulfill some of his enormous potential. So I would like to see him start to come on a bit more now, and I'm sure he will. I'm sure either Neto and most likely Sancho at some point will give way for him. Maybe even Cole Palmer at some point.
He might start because, like I said, they're going to be a low block Everton, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
it'll be good to have him on that left hand side
yeah.
because he can break down low blocks pretty well, and he's good in tight spaces. So I wouldn't mind
Mm.
him starting this game
I,
either.
I wouldn't either. And, you know, we'll have Noni on the bench for sure because, you know, he was hauled off at halftime and Maresca said that was deliberate. So you can see he likes him. And that's Dante's KDH. Noni is to Dante what KDH is to
No, Bobby,
is
it's not
to
like that. No,
not quite that far.
not
Okay.
quite that hard. No.
But,
You had that for KDH
I'm
even
messing
before
with
he
you.
set foot on a Chelsea pitch.
I'm messing with you. I'm just, but yeah, he'll be on the bench. And look, you know, we have an outfit. It's just there's some players I would like to at least see Lavia able to come off the bench. If we've got him on the bench and he's able to play, even if it's 30 minutes, I'll go with that because that will give either Enzo or Caicedo the possibility of some respite if needed. Yeah, we can cause the Everton some problems. I think we can with this. Beginning to change my mind now.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we've got still a pretty decent 11 and players off the bench to come off. We're not that bad injured.
that that's why I say me and Dante, we prefer Felix to start to begin the game so that we can break them as soon as possible because they're
Yes.
going to play a low block. So we need to hit them when we start the game. But overall,
And then when
like
they
you said,
open up, you can bring a winger on like a Madueke or a Sancho when the game's open to use their speed, etc.
mm. So let me read the
I
comments
can
from
see
Ty.
that.
Ty says we need to defensive solid midfielders, and if Casere starts with doing that alone, that is setting up for a harder challenge. After seeing him against Brentford, I'm not stressed to be honest.
Yeah, and he's done that a few games already. The
Yes,
last
even
5 times he's
yes,
played against lower teams, mid to lower teams, he's played basically alone a lot of the time in that defensive midfield.
And then 324 says, this is bro. I don't speak French here. And then Myra says, yeah, he might play with Levi, left center back Gusto, Disasi, and Tosin. And also, he agrees. I don't understand Myra. Myra agrees with Bobby, agrees with Tante. This guy is confused. Now says Philly should start because he can break low block easily. So I don't understand. We put Felix on the pitch. He doesn't want him to start. Now it's not on the pitch. He wants him to start. We don't understand Myra.
He
Myra,
changed his
please.
mind. He heard Bobby's and me, and he's changed his mind.
So man, anyway, we need to win this game before the Liverpool game. I think it's us, so that Liverpool can scramble. We'll see. Will they be Spurs? We'll wait and see. So I just want to share the last item, and then I think we'll call it a night. It's been a long day. I'm tired. Dante's tired. Even Bobby just came in. I appreciate it. I just want to say this, and I'll start with Bobby. Says Chelsea have won 8 consecutive matches in all competition for the first time since a club record run of 10 from October to December 2016 under Antonio Conte. So, Bobby, what are your thoughts about this, bro?
You know, breaking these records is a very good thing. You know, he's broken the Brentford hoodoo. He's broken the after international break hoodoo. Hopefully, he goes and breaks the Everton hoodoo. But ultimately, So much like what Maresca said in his press conference. He doesn't look at any of these things. It's good. He knows they're there. He's only. Sorry, can you hear me?
100%.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Bobby. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, seems like Bobby's
Hear me?
using. Yes, Bobby, we can hear you,
Can you
bro.
hear me?
100%.
Can you hear me?
We got
Yes,
you, Bobby. We got you.
yes.
Nah, he's changed it. It's all right. He'll come back in.
Yeah, I'll come back. I don't know what happened. It seems like he's having Thai issues. Every time Thai like to do the same thing. Can you hear me?
You
I
can
was
hear the
like,
tone changed of the audio, so something
oh,
changed. Yeah.
Thai is here. Oh my gosh. Thai, I apologize for making you stay for long again. Oh man, Jesus
Don't
Christ.
apologize.
How are you, Thai?
Let him wait.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
100%, Bobby.
Okay, I somebody called me, and when I get an external call, it cuts me off. I had
Mm,
to. Sorry, all I was just saying was that Maresca looks at it one game at a time, and is only focused on the next game. So even if we go top of the league for 20 minutes or whatever, it's not his concern. He doesn't make it the player's concern. It's one game at a time while he's focusing on the development of his team and the progression of the project. And I will be exactly the same. Any other thing I'm not interested in, to be honest. You know, we're still learning this team. So the records we're setting, all these issues will make a wonderful review at the end of the season.
big up, Thai. How are you? Thai?
No,
I'm
he's not
still
talking.
shocked.
No, I sincerely apologize for that. How are you, Thai?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah. Did you see the question that I asked Bobby? What are your thoughts about this winning 8 games in a row under Antoma Reska? What are your thoughts about it?
It's an interesting omen. Because when it compares it to December from 2016, we know that we won
Yeah.
the league in 2017. That season 2016 2017. So it's interesting. But as Bobby said, we're just looking at it one game at a time, taking it one game at a time, and not overcomplicating things. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if we win against Everton for the first time since 2021, we would be first, but it would just be for a couple of minutes, considering that Spurs may not be able to win against Liverpool. It's not impossible, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It would be very shocking if it does. But yeah, I mean, it's a good start. It shows consistency, but I mean, it can overcomplicate things, and I think that's what the club are doing, trying to not apply any pressure, even though the media is trying to do it. So it is what it is.
Dante, what are your thoughts about this, bro? Thank you, Thai.
Yeah, look, it's solid. Like I said, we had some things to tick off. Bobby said that a bit earlier. Against Brentford, against international break, for me against low blocks, which has been a worry. So we've kind of ticked some things off in that run. So yeah, very very happy with it. Hopefully, can continue even more. And yeah, we're on the right track. We've got the right manager, right tactics. He does look at every game by game because he likes to really study and look at film, look at the opposition's last few games. He really dissects the opposition and will always have a little something surprise for them, just like he did for Brentford. Us
Mhm.
crossing balls to them and playing long with the goalkeeper instead of playing short. Because they did not expect that at all. So he kind of, got him on the wrong foot. So, and it worked. So he's going to have something like that, especially for Everton. Again, another physical side like Brentford. There will be low block. They're going to be physical, low block, and really defend and try to catch us on the counter where they can. They don't have the fastest players in the world, so that will help a bit. But yeah, look, like I said, against Brentford, if we get past that and we have a tick, and we did very well, even if it was 2-1, we really should have won that game 5-1, to be honest. We've missed so many chances. So yeah, I'm very happy with it, and I'm not worried anymore. There's definitely no more charity FC. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, 100%. And then Myra says Inter Maresca could make history here. Let's wait and see. And we have Mohit on X says, hey bro, big up bro, I hope you're good. And then we have the man himself, JFC Gavin. I won't forget this guy. This guy had the courage and to say to us, me and Tai says Enzo Maresca will win the league this season. And so far, so good for him. So we're going to wait for it.
When
And
did he
then
say that? I never heard him say that.
on Thai shows at the start of the season.
Oh, no, I thought he had a second or third, but not winning it.
No, you can ask Thai. He said Chelsea will win the league.
Really? I don't even remember that. That's shocking. He said that. I thought he said second.
No, he said Chelsea will win the league. JFC Gavin, you can reveal yourself, bro. People are saying that
Well, I need to check for the receipts. I need to check for the receipts.
I'm pretty sure it was second.
No, he said they were going to win the league. I won't forget that. So anyway, I need to ask Ty about the Everton game before we wrap it up. Also about the Kani situation and everything. So guys on the channel, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. That will be very helpful. So Ty, this is the lineup that you are trying to build against Everton. So are you happy with this lineup, or where would you like to make a change in terms of this lineup?
Yeah, this was Bobby's lineup.
Yeah, Bobby's lineup. Just to make it clear.
Gusto on the left.
Mhm.
Gusto on the left. What?
He's played there twice
Wow.
before.
I don't like this.
So
That's too much experimenting. Too much
All right.
experimenting, man. Too much experimenting.
He doesn't like Bobby's one. Put our one up, Tobago.
yeah, let's put our lineup then. No disaster. Let me do this. This is our lineup. Okay. Felix will be here. Gusto. Enzo will be obviously here. And this is our lineup. Mine and Dante. So what are your thoughts about this lineup then?
It's not bad. I think it's possible.
Okay. Chelsea
Yeah, it's
second.
possible.
So that's Caicedo inverting.
Exactly.
That's right, Tobago.
Say again?
That's Caicedo inverting.
No. Caicedo, for this game, no one is inverting.
No, just straight free at the back, two midfielders. Yep.
Oh yeah. Caicedo inverting, but in terms of the no one is inverting actually.
No one's inverting in this one. No.
Okay. So basically it's a 3-2-4-1 then.
Yes. Because we are playing against low block.
I mean, it's not a bad lineup. I think I somewhat agree with this. I just don't like that midfield, but there's no other choice. I don't know. I just feel like it's setting up for trouble.
That's
Because
our best
Endo's going to
midfield though,
obviously
Ty, against
form.
any team that's not top six. That's been our best lineup for the
Mm,
start of the season. Our best midfield, sorry.
well, well, what I'm thinking about is the fact that Everton have been able to, they've been inconsistent for sure because they're mid-table, but they've done relatively well against us in recent time. Unless we're gonna break the what's the terminology? The voodoo or whatever, or the juju that's there. But I don't know. I just I don't know. It just seems concerning to me. Obviously, I think one of Palmer or Felix will drop. I believe probably will be both interchangeably. Drop deep to support the midfield because I don't know. This doesn't look. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know why, but I agree with it. But I just don't like the midfield. I don't know.
All right, we'll
Just
do
my
yours. What
concern.
what would you change?
No, that's why I'm saying that I agree with it, but I just don't like it because there's nothing else we can do. We could play Vega, but I mean Vega. I don't know if I trust Vega against
No, he played
Everton.
90 minutes. He's not
He's
playing.
not the
He's not playing.
Exactly. He's not the quickest player. He's not the quickest player either. So I don't think and they have fast players. So so I agree with it. I just don't like that midfield because but that's all we can do. We don't have any other midfielder. That,
Okay, yeah, you didn't agree with the lineup, but you agree with the lineup. So we don't know which one, is the correct one.
Look, this one's good. Like Bobby said, he made a great point because Gusto has played on the left
Mm.
back when we were short on left backs. He did play that left back position, and he did take Disasi off halftime. So yes, it is a possibility Gusto will go to the left and Disasi comes into the right. That leaves you a solid back three when in possession, and Gusto to invert into midfield, and then you can actually even have an extra attacker basically. So that could work as well. Either way, I'm happy with either way. It doesn't really matter.
Hmm. I prefer this one.
Basically, yeah, it's basically for Everton. Who do they have on that left hand side, and who do they have on that right hand side? Is it
Actually,
McNeil going to be, or it depends who's going to start? Garner, the really fast guy, or if it's the one that's a bit slower, that's more technical build up play. If it's the really fast guy, well then Gusto is probably the way this way because you want Gusto to take care of Garner. If it's McNeil and that, well then no, you don't need Gusto there for McNeil and that. They're not fast player. They're not fast players.
Mc,
So
Mc,
it just
McNeil
depends
is
on the
not
opposition how they
available.
line up as well.
McNeil is not available. See, it's doubtful. So this is the lineup they played against Arsenal actually.
Yep.
So that means they're going to have Harris and is the other guy in the at the
Yeah,
wing,
yeah, yeah.
and then they're going to have this three midfielder. Decore obviously will be as a supporting striker. The man,
Yeah, he's
he
not.
can
He'll
beat
stay in the
Everton.
midfield. He'll stay as a central midfield. He won't go up at all, Decore. He'll stay. He'll stay back basically. They
Nah,
played
man,
a little bit different against If you look at the Man City one,
let me
that's when
let me
they
check
lost 3-1 at home against Man City, not too long ago, 3 games back or 4 games back. They were at home and they lost 3-1 against Man City, and that's one of the Man City games they actually won in this horrible form. So yeah, it just depends. And they had, like I said, Ghana playing in those one. They had different players playing. So it just depends who's available for them as well.
Let me check the Man City one. The Man City one. Where's that one? Huh, I can't even find it. When was that game?
Should be there. Where was it? Let's see.
Let me check here.
They won 3-1, I remember. Man City won 3-1.
3-1. Who? 3-1 against who?
At Everton's home. I'm pretty sure that was it.
No,
This season?
Oh no,
no.
maybe I got it wrong. Let me look.
Yeah, maybe you got it wrong because I don't see
Maybe it's a cup
any.
game or something else.
Yeah, no, it's not the MNCT one
Not in the
because
Premier League.
no, I can't find anything in the Premier League actually.
Oh no, yeah, they're playing. They're gonna play. Yeah, they're gonna play December. No, that was last year's the result. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
either that or the
What?
cup. One of the two. I can't look at it now. I can't see. It's not loading. Um,
Oh, right. Yeah.
and look, you can
No,
look
that
up the
happened last
Newcastle one
season.
too. I think the Newcastle game as well. That's more of a better team than them. They played them recently 0-0. Yes, it's a 0-0 that one as well.
Myra says he
Both teams
prefers.
they play a little bit. Like I said, they've got Ghana who can play on that left or right. That's a really quick, very quick, probably the quickest out of all of them. He's played a lot of games as well, rotating with him. So they've got. If they don't play Ghana in that, then they're not really that fast, to be honest. They're not as speedy. It's more slow build up, set pieces. Basically, that's how they score most of their goals. So
Yeah,
I'm not worried about him, to be honest. I'm not too worried about him.
yeah, and hopefully this kid who's I don't want him to score. Dominic Calvin Lewin. Nah, don't read this player. I don't want him to score against my club. Nah. Myra says there's no way Calvin will cook will cook Chelsea. No, he's a decent
Yeah,
player,
I
but
mean, even
again,
Manchester United smashed them 4-0 a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, look, I'm not too bothered by low block Everton, to be honest. And they will low block because against all the good teams, they will low block. They do that. So, yeah, I'm not too bothered. I've seen now that we can break low blocks pretty well. So I tick that one off. I'm pretty confident of that now.
so Ty, have you read anything about not Terry George? Oh man, about Kanichiko make a living in January? Also, Kasede. Let's get your thoughts, and then we're going to wrap it up, my bro. What are your thoughts about it? Are you there, Ty?
Let Ty flush. He has to flush. Wait. Let him get off the toilet, Tobago. Wait.
No, man. Ty, are you here? I don't know. Maybe he's struggling or something.
He's all right. He'll be back soon.
Yeah, because I would like to wrap it up as.
Wrap it up. Yeah, that's fine. I gotta go. I'm falling asleep as well, so I'll probably head out. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
on, Tobago, and a big up to
the,
everyone in the chat. Maya, Garvin, everyone who's
Myra
listening.
says what? Do you guys think they will go
4-4-2.
back three instead of 4-4-2? No, I don't think they'll play back three. They'll play the same system they did against Arsenal
Yeah,
because
they'll only go
we
one
can-
striker. They don't go two strikers. Calvert-Lewin's
yeah.
always alone. Yeah.
And then they have Decore supporting him as a supporting striker always.
Yeah. And dropping back basically into defensive center midfield most of the time when they don't have possession. So yeah, they're quite a defensive team. They like to play defensive, especially against the bigger boys. They play a lot very defensive. They basically want to get that first goal, be solid, and then just basically see out and get a result, get some points.
Yeah,
But anyway,
100%.
Tobago, thanks. Yeah, I gotta go. Falling asleep. So thanks, guys.
Yeah,
We'll chat next time. See you soon.
yeah. Thank you, bro. I
Good night,
appreciate
good
it.
night.
Take care, guys.
Good night.
Ty, before we wrap it up, what are your thoughts about this? Let's just share it on the screen. Did you see this today?
Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't see this, but wow, this is interesting. Ah, wow. Interesting. So Carney Chukwemeka, so the idea is for them to leave in January. Hmm. Well, I mean, I do think Mark Gio needs more developing. I don't know where you're gonna loan him to though. That's the thing. Where you gonna loan him? Because I don't know, man. But it's unfortunate though. To make well I guess you're gonna be leaving if the idea is for them to leave in January. That means it sounds more like a permanent deal. So it's unfortunate, but I mean, nobody. I don't think anybody expected differently for Chilwell and for Carter Chukwemeka is very unfortunate. Injuries messed him up big time. But yeah, he doesn't look the same anymore. So I guess that's why. And plus, he's surplus to what's needed right now. So according to Maresca, it appears. I guess that's the case. But Mark Gill, I think he needs a loan. But it's just where would you loan him to? He's promising, yes. He scored a hat trick apparently. So, well, not apparently, he did score a hat trick. I don't know why I'm sounding like a hater, but he scored a hat trick. So that's good for his morale. But I don't know. He looks very raw still. His decision making still needs a lot of work, which is expected for an 18-year-old. But I just don't know where you're going to loan him out to. That's going to actually get him game time because I don't think there's any team right now that's going to be willing to play an 18-year-old unless they're in desperate need of a striker that can play as a striker. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm very surprised Chilwell is so. He's smiling, he's still happy, he's still trained, he does everything. I don't know. It's just very unfortunate with Chilwell, but it is what it is, man. It's very, very unfortunate, but it's just life, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree with you. So thank you, bro, for coming. I mean, I've got to wrap up now. Hopefully, I'll try to do them tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to do that Sunday after the game or before the game. I'm not sure because I'll be working on Sunday. So thank you, Ty, for coming. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
And guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Those are watching X, please kindly come on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe. That will be very helpful, guys. So anything you want to say, Ty?
Yes, I have one thing to say. It is unbelievable that you've been putting in so much work and so many people decide to watch on X. What they cannot do 3 steps.
Yeah.
Open YouTube, type in coolest shows. Actually, it's 4 steps. Type in coolest shows, subscribe, and then press the button to get notification. It's very simple. Very, very simple. It takes no more than a minute, probably 15 seconds. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I'm patiently waiting. I'm getting there. I'll just be the Enzo Maresca of YouTube. Said you're not in the title race, so I'm saying I'm not in a hurry. So big up, bro. I appreciate it. We had Myra, we had. I think before we had you, Myra, we had Hobbit, we had 324 also on X commenting. We had Bobby on the panel. I appreciate it, guys. So thank you very much for coming. Hopefully we win against Everton so that we can enjoy the vibes. Up the chairs, guys. Cheers.